Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. 3 wins, no losses with this Warlock. This is about the stage where things almost always take a severe downturn. Again, like I said, this deck is far from perfect, but what I want in an arena Warlock deck, some of my top choices are 2 or more Hellfires. I've got 2 Hellfires and a Shadow Flame. Shadow Flame is so good that I don't even hope for it, because it's an epic card. It is awesome. But 2 or more Hellfires and 2 or more Watchers, preferably more because they are common.
Watch your back.
And I have got that, so I mean there are lots of other things I would like to have. I have 1 Power Overwhelming, kind of like to have more, especially with the Shadow Flame, but it's still very good. I should keep this. If I pitch him, my hand will probably just get worse. And he is a Void Caller. Getting him out early might be efficient. Wow, I can go just like all stealth all the time for 2 whole turns. That's still way longer than I can normally go all stealth. So this is pretty good at fighting a lot of 2-drops. If she plays a 2/3, then not so much. Or them. That's not ideal, but okay. I could answer that with my own cheaper version of them. Or the Gilblin. You can take one of them, Swab. It's easy. It's kind of easy to get rid of them either way. And she could stab the 2/1 and then hit the 1/1 with this guy. And that'll get rid of them. So yeah. Okay. Play Gilblin. Is it better to hit for 2? She might stab him. That'll take her whole turn. Or just kill him. I'm gonna kill him. I'm assuming that with this, I might be able to actually have out more army than her. Maybe not. I mean, she's making the dagger anyway. That makes me feel like it was the right choice. If she played another good minion, that would have been kind of annoying. Now, either one of these can kill him. So I'm less worried about hitting him with this guy. I could kill him and then I'd have total board control. I would also all die to Fan of Knives, which would be sad. I'll let her, choose who she kills, though. I'm not too worried about that. I want to get the damage in. Yes, he's alive and could be buffed or something, but again, rogues don't have in-class, buffs that give defense. She could cold blood him or something, but I don't know why. He would do an extra 4 damage now, but he would just die from something else. Fan of Knives will be ugly either way. At least I got to do 2 damage this time. Blade Fury, basically the same thing. Dude, you really should have stabbed me before you Blade Fury, because you lose the weapon anyway. You just gave up 1 free damage. Not really a crippling failure. Unless this game comes down to 1 hit point. So, mine's bigger than yours. But again, I've spent more cards. We're really not getting anywhere yet. What are you going to do? Poison that, and then take him out. I have no demons in my hand, so she's making the right choice by taking him out now. I could have drawn demons, but I didn't. Stupid War Golem. If you were a Watcher, I would probably just win this game right now. This is a horrible hand. My 5-drops are both horrible. My 5 costs are horrible. Now I get... Oh, that is so annoying. If these 2 had been swapped, if he was replaced any one of these in my hand, I would be in a ridiculous position now. I would have just hit her for 6. She'd be at 19. I'd have drawn a card anyway. Oh my god. Now I gotta spend a turn blowing him up with this. Hi! Where were you last turn when I could have played him and not been sad about wasting my whole turn? Of course the card I drew had to be this and not something castable. Wow. Bomb Wars. Guess what? Mine's more reliable. Mine's also about to be stabbed. Could be worse. What am I going to do about this? Probably this. Yes, it would take very little to take him down. Backstab, hit him with this, he's gone. But my other things were not going to work out much better. I could spend a lot of effort to try and kill him, or I could just let it go. Does she have another Shiv? Fan of Knives? Something? Is she going to stab him and take 7?
This guy's tough.
Ah. That's really unpleasant, but could have been worse. Although the Shiv didn't really cost her a card. It could have been worse because this is all she ended up with in play on her turn. So that's not too bad. This guy's not a horrible waste now, but still doesn't seem like the thing. Play him, get him as 6/6. This guy is not quite killing that. I do have enough mana to implosion him and play this, but I gotta roll. It's 2 to 4 damage. I've got a 2 in 3 chance that it works, but if it rolls low, it's gonna suck. Well, let's try and implosion him. I feel like this guy's kind of fragile to be putting out there alone. I really want some cover for him. Come on, 3 or higher. I will not complain about 4 random imps. Now, do I draw a card or play the gang boss? Probably play the gang boss. I'm going to take damage from drawing cards later. He is quite a reasonable, solid play. Now, if she puts out anything big, I should have something to power overwhelming and hit it with.
Your magic shall not save.
That's okay. That is annoying, but not that big a deal. That is annoying, and I guess that's his job, but okay. Not as good all of a sudden. Hellfiring this stuff away is really not the ideal. Technically, he survives Hellfire. I could go 1, 2, 3 imps to kill this.
I wonder.
Hellfire would eliminate this guy, and my floating water would end up at 3 health, eh? I hate that 3 healthness. Now, the other thing I'm thinking is I could go BAM.
So many possibilities.
Hit that. Then Shadow Flame this guy. Finish him. Then play a Watcher, but then I wouldn't be able to buff him. Damn it! Not working out the way I want to. I'm going to play this, draw a card, and see what happens. Not much happens. How worth it is it for me to protect the floating water? Pretty important. This is probably a dumb play. I'm running out of time. I'm hoping that by killing that I can keep the floating water alive. Next turn, with the Hellfire and drawing a card, like if he doesn't get assassinated now, I probably just have this game. That is the risk I'm taking. To me, it's floating water plus board control. You have to get it all together. You got to work for it. Because it's too, like, they're not tough enough that they can stand being beat on and still survive. Oh, the sap is bad. It's not as bad as killing them, because right now I didn't have them, but that's still very unpleasant, because now I don't have the game all of a sudden.
My shield for Argus.
Wow, she's so desperate she played a no teammates Argus. That does make me feel good. I could play him and do that. Do I do that? I need this guy to be dead for the same reasons as previously. I can play this by Void Caller, Hellfire. No, Hellfire won't kill the Void Caller. Play this, Shadow Flame him. That's like a waste of Shadow Flame, sort of, but this would still survive. It would get him out. I could draw a card. He would only be 6/6. It's not the Hellfire damage, but no, that's not horrible. This is an expensive play, but I'm trying to seal the game here. She doesn't have another sap or assassinate. Now my hand is getting a lot weaker. You get the same number of cards. My hand is significantly less strong. Fan of Knives to try and draw an assassinate or a sap. Do you have something to kill him with? Because if not, he's going to hit you for like 10, and then you're going to take 3 damage from the Hellfire. No, she's got a way to kill him. She wouldn't have done that otherwise. Otherwise, she would have gone the other way and it would have killed it. Oh, she's going to stab him. That is fascinating. I mean, it's working. Like, she would have been really dead otherwise. And now she's not really dead. If I draw a card, I'm not going to... No, I think I'm just going to go with the stuff in my hand for now. Because he's really strong. So we're going to play the Haunted Creeper, because it goes well with him, I guess. The Fairy Dragon would have been equally valid. Again, I only have to get her down to 2, and I can Hellfire her to death. So, or I only have to get her down 2 more hit points, and I can Hellfire her to death. You know what I mean? Sorry, you do not pass go, you do not get +3/+3, and you have committed suicide because you were going to lose anyway. Yes, you were. My hand was not great with no big thing in play, but I did have a pretty good hand to support this. 4 wins. So, that worked. Obviously, I made some correct decisions. I feel like I was playing fairly logically as I went through. The gambles I was making made sense. I probably made some bad plays, but I don't remember them. And I won, so I'm sure you remember the bad plays. Because you're like, why?
Versus Uther.
It's easier when you're not playing.
I will
Trust me.
fight with honor.
But
Your soul shall be mine.
I try and get better every time. I'm going to keep this hand because this is like a thermonuclear just beat down rush hand. Hopefully I will draw into, like that's ideally have all my cheap stuff now and draw into things that blow up enemy minions and then draw into fat things and then win the game. That would be pretty good. I would take that. So especially the winning the game part. No first turn play from you. So I have a coin. I could coin out something good. Play her. Here's the problem. She's actually not good in my deck. She's like a waste of time. I have 2 2-mana plays. I'm much better against the Paladin to get out this stuff. I don't have like a super impressive thing to coin out turn 2 or something like that. The best play is definitely do this, then this. This guy can neutralize the 1/1. It's fine. That seems like the most advantageous for sure. As tempting as it is to just save the coin and play my 1-drop, but she's not that great. She would have done fine against the 1/1, but if he had played if he had a 2-mana minion that he could have played that would have been better, it would have been much better than her. He may have not played it because I had enough firepower and play to kill it. That's pretty annoying. I don't have a good way to eliminate that right off. I think we're just going to play the Gang Boss. At least then there's a penalty when he consecrates. And I'm going to hit him for 5. And hope that he doesn't consecrate. It's not much of a penalty if he consecrates, but I should end up with a 1/1 out afterwards. If he has a consecrate, he's going to go bam, consecrate, I would assume. Leaving him with a 3/2 and me with a 1/1.
Let me
Hitting them, he makes a 1/1. It dies in a consecrate, but then the consecrate makes another 1/1. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, Bluegill.
Reporting for duty.
I like Bluegill in Arena Paladin decks because there are so few 2-mana things they can have that will kill minions. So I can kill him, get a 1/1, then this guy will get killed by that. So that's not really impressive. It's not really impressive the other way either. Let's play the Void Caller though, because he might get me out of 3/6/6. And we're going to kill this anyway. It's still worth it. I kill that, I still have this guy, and I get a 1/1. And then if this guy dies, I'm going to get another 1/1.
Your magic shall
Unless you silence him. So the whole extent of this guy's power was to stop me from getting a 1/1. That doesn't seem that efficient. I think I'm going to kill him, get a free 6/6, and then play some other stuff. That seems like a plan. It's nicer if your opponent kills him, and you get the free damage, but I'll take this. Let's draw a card first, and then decide what to play. I could have just played all 3 of these, and now I can't, but okay, we'll play that instead then. It was a gamble. Drawing a card is pretty good, though, because then I can still draw a card next turn after playing these things.
Squire, attend me.
I had a bunch of combinations. I was going to use my mana well either way. So I could hit this guy for 2, and then Shadow Flame for 2, and he'd have no stuff left. Because I don't want to take all that damage on this guy, if I can avoid it. Let's draw a card first, and then decide. No, I'm drawing expensive things, it's not helping that much. Okay. I like board control, so I'm going to spend my super valuable Shadow Flame on probably a waste to do 2 damage to a couple guys. But it lets me knock my opponent down to 15. I have an army and he doesn't. And that is hopeful.
Justice.
Yeah. That's a lot of healing, but at least he still loses to this guy, sort of. Now, I can play him, it's going to take my whole turn, and this guy's still going to be vulnerable to Consecrate afterwards. But if that happens, I'll still have this guy, so that's not so bad. Or I could go all offense, right? I could hit for another 7, hit 14, or 8, 13, 12 if I play him first, and just go all offense, just ignore this thing. What are the consequences for doing that? Board control is really good. I mean, this guy's already big enough. Is buffing him going to make that much difference? Technically, he could go Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Double. Can't do that next turn because it takes 9 mana. Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Double, 18 damage. That would be really bad. But can I just beat him down to the point that it's okay? Board control is super good. And I'm just going to kill it. I still have a solid army here. If he consecrates, it's going to be bad for me. But if he doesn't, I'm in a really good position. If he doesn't have an AoE. Here comes the consecrate. Do not consecrate yet. Still has the mana. No, True Silver? That is fine. You kill him with True Silver, you take all that damage. I am okay with that. This validates my choice. Risky either way. You don't know what the risk is at the time. So if I could blow this up, then I'd have 8, 13 damage. I could almost kill him. I can't, so it's a moot point. Now, would I draw a card and hope that I would get something to help me blow that up? I don't really have things for that. I could hit it for 2 Hellfire, then he'd be at 11, and then 5, and then still technically alive. So no, we're not going to do it that way. Let's just play army. We'll hit that. You can kill this guy with your sword now, unfortunately. But you're going to be low, and I'm still going to have an army. I'm going to play her this time. He would do more damage, but he would be killed by a Consecrate. She won't. And I could potentially power overwhelming her and kill a minion without her dying. No, she would still die. That's pointless. Okay, you've committed suicide. That's acceptable. Although you kind of failed because, yeah, you still had to blow yourself up. But okay. People are just not appreciating my Warlocky style. They just don't want to hang around and chat. But I'm okay with that because winning is better than people. I don't know. But we're going to see how much farther I can get next time.
Show some love to the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.